What's good, everyone? Welcome back. Happy Pride. Today, the day you're watching this, is Columbus's big Pride parade and festival, and they're one of the biggest Pride festivals in the Midwest for certain. And I don't know about in the entire US, but I would not necessarily be surprised by that. So hopefully I am out watching the parade and having a good time, not being rained on while you're watching this, but it's kind of iffy in the moment what our weather is going to be like. But hopefully it's beautiful and I get to have a good time and see some friends and yay Pride. So this is just kind of a quick update video because I figured it would be good to do a 3-month on low dose tea because today is exactly my 3 months. I just did my 13th shot today. This is what I look like. I will, if I remember, take some pictures and throw up a comparison from day 1 to 3 months, because I do think I've had some really minor changes in my face shape. It's not day to day, it's not noticeable, but if I compare photos side by side, it's kind of you can see a little bit going on. I don't know, I meant to look. I don't know if my neck has gotten thicker. A lot of people talk about that. Possibly it has, which does not help my cause for trying to get a jawline whatsoever. But that's my face shape. As far as facial hair goes, you are probably not really able to see it with the lighting. I do have a mustache that's been coming in actually for several weeks. I call it my middle school boy mustache because it's a little bit, it's definitely beard hair kind of hair. It's different, and my hair comes in really blonde. Even my arm hair is really blonde. When I was a little kid, the hair on my head was pretty blonde. So some of it's dark, especially right at the edges, but what's there, it's really sparse, and it's a mix of the dark and the blonde. So I shave it probably once a week because it just looks like I have this ridiculous middle school boy stash that I don't really want. And I'm trying really hard to embrace the facial hair. We'll see how that works. I don't have any beard growth, but the weird thing is I kind of shaved the peach fuzz before I started tea just because I didn't like it, and I can feel the stubbly feeling even though nothing is really coming in. And not even, I was oh, maybe it's just coming in really blonde, but nothing is really coming in. You definitely can't see it because it's blonde. I do have a little bit of the neck beard thing, but again really faint and just straight hairs. So I mean, that's good news for me because I'm not really looking forward to facial hair, but if that's something you're interested in, that's my progress on about a half dose of tea 3 months in. Voice, I don't know, I think it cracked a little bit at the beginning of this video, and it's a little bit lower, but I still don't think it's as much that it's lower as it is more resonant. If I'm speaking in my, even right now, it's got that kind of bigger sound to it where it's not the pitch, it's just more, I don't know, more resonant, that different kind of timbre to it. So we'll see how that progresses. And I will say I can sing a little bit deeper in I can't really sing, but my singing voice was always a bit deep anyways, and so if I try, I can tone it down a bit, but it's not comfortable and not where I'm just naturally sitting yet. Muscles, so I still have a huge issue with this part of my arm, dysphoria wise, and I don't know, can you see not really. I haven't really had those really nice back muscles. I have been going to the gym a bit more regularly, so hopefully that changes, because that's actually the big major change I want is that little bit more, well, I would like a lot more, but I'm okay with a little bit more a muscular build that, just looking more tone and having more muscle mass. That's my #1 reason for wanting to be on tea in the first place. So that's kind of mixed results at this point, I would say. My video next week is about swimwear, and I will talk about fat redistribution hasn't really happened, but it's a teeny tiny bit has happened, to the point where I have this weird kind of spare tire all the way around right above my waistline, and it needs to shift because it looks really weird, and it also is making wearing clothes difficult, which sounds weird, but it's a problem when like you can't get like pants to sit in the right place that fit correctly. I found a couple pair of shorts at Target recently that are great and they're cheap, and I probably should go buy more. Oh, and then just like general body hair, I haven't really noticed a ton of it. I will say that like my upper thighs were really, really sparse and really blonde, and that has started to come in a bit more and a bit darker. And I probably like, that's probably the most noticeable area. And then like I do my shot in my thighs, so then I have to rip a band-aid off and I'm just like, ugh, hair. But other than that tiny bit of like mustache and facial hair and like on my thighs, I have not noticed, I don't know, my eyebrows thicker. People always talk about that, maybe, I don't know. They're already pretty dark. I haven't noticed a ton. Like I showed you, like my arms are super, like there's not much hair there. There never was. It's super blonde. And like my sister has like much thicker, darker hair on her arms than I do like naturally anyways. So I thought maybe like it would shift to that, but it hasn't, which I'm okay with. I don't really want all that body hair. And then like, I don't know how much of that is like, I don't want it and I'm not comfortable with it for me versus just like gay men's beauty ideals, because that's like what I see a lot of. So who knows? The other like weird thing, I think my like nails, like my fingernails and toenails are growing faster, I think. I have this really weird thing where I have to keep my nails super short all the time. I've always been that way. So I cut them probably like once or twice a week before, and I think I'm doing that more often now. And I'm like, and I don't know if like I'm just more aware of my like toenails because it is summer and so I'm in flip-flops a lot and it's more noticeable, or if they're actually growing faster. But I think they are. And bottom growth, that area, like your genital area, I have had like really minimal, slow, almost unnoticeable growth. And the funny thing, well, it's funny, but like the thing is, like that's one of the things my nurse practitioner, people in general say, like that's usually one of the first, like quickest changes they notice, even on low dose. Like it happens like first week. I haven't really had that. I've had very, very, very gradual, and I have to like look for it to even like tell like have I had any, which I'm really indifferent to that, so I don't care either way. And I like forget to pay attention, and then I'm like, oh, like if I'm making an update I should look. So that's been my experience. I did have like a new kind of sensation experience there that was like really good and different, and like a sensitivity thing that was like even better than before, like just in the past week. So like that I guess would be a change there, but that's probably TMI for a lot of people, but people also need to know and are probably curious about it. And like as far as people talk about like emotional changes, I don't remember if I talked about this in my like 1 month video, but I can't say that I had any noticeable differences. And I like I tried to consciously pay attention to this at the beginning, and then I forgot, because I'm not a especially like emotional person like pre-T. So, you know, people talk about like not being able to cry or different things, and I didn't really cry. Like I can go a couple years without like really crying, and that's not unusual for me like pre-T. So I don't, whatever, it's the same. I don't think I am like quicker to get like angry or like more closed off from emotions or anything. I don't even think I was closed off from emotions before. I think I just genuinely don't have these big emotional reactions to things as a person. I don't know. So if that's something you're concerned about, I have not noticed changes. I am in the minority from what I've heard other people talk about. But even then, a lot of people that talk about it talk about how like they do feel more like themselves and better even with those emotional changes. Oh, of course this isn't a short video. I did want to talk about like skin in general, because I was really lucky that I had really great skin pretty much my whole life. I mean, I got a little bit of acne as a teenager, but like super minimal, not often kind of thing. And like every once in a while as an adult, I might get like something, like really rarely. I was maybe a week-ish on tea, and I woke up with like the driest face ever. Like I went out and bought a moisturizer because my face was so dry. And since then, like since that moment, my skin has fluctuated a lot between being too dry, too oily, or just normal. And I do get like, again, it's not super bad acne, but I get it to the like where I didn't before. So like, I mean, I already wash my face every morning. Now I have like a night like face wash routine that I do every few days. I do drink a lot of water, but I'm not really trying to deal with that. I'm 40 years old. And it's annoying because I don't like my face to feel dry, and I don't like it to feel like it's like sweaty and gross, which is, it's always like one of those things now. Not always, but it is a lot of times for when I was used to just being able to be like, not think about it, like just wash my face in the shower and go and like have the luxury of nice skin. I also have gotten like zits on my legs, like on each one of my legs. Like the first time I was like, did I get like a bug bite? And I was like, this is a pimple, what the heck? And then like 2 weeks later, I got one on my other calf. Like that has never happened to me before. And it's pretty early on a low dose of tea to be dealing with acne. So hopefully it's all I deal with, but it's a reality and I knew that going into it. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. Of course, as always, you're more than welcome to ask me questions if there's specific things you want me to talk about related to transition, low dose tea, life in general. Again, happy Pride. I do have a video next week I pre-recorded because I will be on vacation, but it's all about swimwear when you're trans or non-binary and like going to the beach or going to a pool, or I talked about going to the beach, but like pool or like anytime you're in swimwear or are supposed to be in swimwear and how to handle that. So that is what's coming out next week. And then I might pre-record one for the week after just because I will be rushing back from vacation. Anyways, as always, thank you for watching. Leave me some comments, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Feel free again to ask me any questions. I'm an open book when people ask me questions, but I like don't always think to just volunteer information because it doesn't occur to me. I don't know. Anyways, that's it. Have a good week. Happy Pride.